go. Perfect. Hi, everybody. We have just finished our Casco Bay San Diego Aftershocks game. We came away with San Diego Aftershocks with the win, heading to the next qualifying round to play Dallas Derby Devils Valhalla. Casco Bay fought so hard. I have with me Yeedy. Hi, Yeedy.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Feel good. I think the whole game we were like coming in hard fought, just kept fighting, trying to break that down, that score. I think it got really close in the end, so that was great. I think the outcome obviously wasn't exactly what we wanted, but we're still proud of that. We felt like a win at the end, so it was so fun.
What was your team strategy to get that turnaround and kind of bring it closer and really take us all to the edge?
100%, yeah. I mean, I know the Aftershocks very well. A lot of them I either skated with or have skated against a lot. So I kind of came in with a good amount of knowledge on how to counteract that. They have really stellar offense off the start. It's prime. It's exactly what their jammers need, and it's great timing. So I think the switch that I suggested was to either work around that offense or just be ready for that and counteract to it, and I think we did a lot better with that in the second half.
Awesome. You have such a great Derby mind. How many different Derby teams do you play with outside of Casco?
All right, Casco, Santa Cruz Legacy, Arizona Skate Club, Midway Magic. I think that's it. I think 4 right now.
So you do USARS, MRDA, Bank Track.
New addition, Team California, Skateboard.
Yeah. So I guess you're originally from California?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to suspect your involvement in the juniors. You also had a junior experience?
Yes, I skated for juniors from 2014-ish to 2022.
Okay. So how many total years have you been in Derby?
Like 12.
Wow, that's amazing. So how has your Derby career evolved? Like, you know, from where you started till now? What do you, obviously you have the experience, but what kind of things did you watch and change as you had evolved?
100%. I mean, I always say, like, I started as one of those skaters that only turns one way, only plows with the right foot. Like, I was very much, like, favoring that. And my coach, Mohamed, she was like, girl, you got to fix that if you want to make Grom shells, so our A team. So I fixed it as much as I could and just improving that. I'm definitely a person that always states, like, there's always more to learn no matter your skill level. Like, you're not perfect ever. Like, you might be really close, but you're never going to be perfect. There's always more to learn. So I think I really hone that and try to improve all the time.
And you're a triple threat. You play all positions, don't you?
I don't love to start as a jammer. I'll gladly, like, off the start, I'll take it. If I can have that little advantage of starting in the front of the back, I'll take it, but yeah.
Nice, very nice. So you coach juniors. You coach the junior, the exposition this week.
Oh, yes.
What is your advice to junior skaters?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I will always say, like I said, like, there's always more to learn. Look at your peers, follow your peers, see how they're moving, how they're changing, how they're improving, and kind of take from that, learn from that. Learn from your opponents. Like, playing the Aftershocks, like, I skate against them all the time. I learned so much. Like, it's so fun to play against high-level teams like Puget and stuff like that. So, yeah, just learn from your opponents.
Nice. What will you take from this tournament into the next season for Casco?
That's big. I mean, I think this tournament was really cool for us. I think going in, I think we were like 5th seed?
Something
in the middle there.
Yeah.
So to go all the way to the semifinals, like, that was sick for us. So I think the advice I'd give is just to never give up. Like, I feel like in that moment, we kind of, like, dipped a little bit, you know, at halftime, where it was like everyone was, like, heads down. I was like, guys, like, let's see some smiles. Like, keep the heads up. It's never over till it's over. So
Exactly. And we came down to that last jam. Well, I think Casco has always been one of my favorites. I love Casco watching. I think next year we're just going to see you climb the ranks there.
Inching.
Yep. And keep Casco on your radar. You know, they might not go to champs this year, but next year, keep it going. What's your plan after the postseason now that it's done?
I still have a lot of derby going on. Legacy's going to Denver in August next month, and about a month from now. We're playing their AM, their B team, then I'm going to Skate Wars, then the Aloha Draft Tournament, which I'm really hyped for, and then more derby and more derby. So there's always something with when you're on much teams, but
And you can take that as a piece of advice. If you play derby, skate as much as you can and as often. The more you're on your wheels, the better you're going to be.
100%.
Perfect. Thank you, Edie, so much for joining us. We loved watching you this weekend, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you. And next, we are going to have the captain of the San Diego Aftershocks after a lovely little hug. We've got Dev. Hi, Dev.
A little precarious. I'm not tall enough to get in this chair on skates.
On skates. So how you feeling?
Tired. That was game 2 of the day.
Yeah.
We knew there was a risk to play 4 games coming into this tournament. Did we think we'd do it? I'm not sure about that. But honestly, I'm so proud of the team. The Aftershocks have a lot of satellite skaters. We don't get to practice together a lot. And so game 1 is almost always one of our most difficult because it's the game where we find each other again. And we come in and we come together. And I think that was hard yesterday to take a loss that we weren't necessarily expecting. And our opponent did an outstanding job. Yeah. And I'm so proud of the team for coming back and rallying today and finding ourselves and finding each other again.
And now you're going to have to face that same team again.
You know, this tournament right now, it was such an interesting bracket when it first came out. I've never seen one where there's essentially 2 first-place games, and I love that it's creating 2 very high-intensity games. The way to win back in from the losers bracket and the crossovers and all of that. It was so interesting, and we knew that there was a chance of this, but honestly, it's Toronto made it into a final game. We made it into a final game. Both of the finals have a team that took a first-round loss.
Yes.
And are playing teams that they've already played.
Yes.
And so this is it feels like a sports movie. This is the kind of thing where you come back and you take a win.
What's the hockey movie, 1984 or something?
Yeah,
with the
I wasn't
Canadian...
born then, so I don't know. But
Okay, interview now over. I'm just kidding. So how are you going to approach this game with Dallas differently?
Yeah. First things first is we have a strategy. We've been playing all day with a strategy of body conservation because if we did things right, it was going to be game 3 and it would be our hardest game of the weekend. Dallas did an outstanding job bringing in some really set, solid shapes. And so we have some thoughts about maybe how we can disrupt that. Throughout the weekend, our team has built some trust back up with each other. And so I think we have the chance to play a little more disruptive than we felt we needed to game 1 while we were still building ourselves together as a team.
Nice. I love the shapes thought. Physics. Derby is physics.
I'm about the nerdiest person that has ever played roller derby. On my derby email, it literally says, go to math and rankings nerd. That's quite literally my job on one of my leagues. I get my league points by being the person that people text about math and rankings and brackets. So I try and tone down the physics for everybody else, but I love it, and it's truly a part of the sport. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I hear you have a background in juniors also.
I do. I actually started in 2011 with Denver Roller Derby's juniors. Okay. I found them, fell in love with the sport right off the bat, moved from Denver to then FOCO Junior Roller Derby, who just took second at JRDA Championship.
And another, down to the wire game. Yes. 2 years in a row.
I know. I have a silver medal with FOCO from Champs as well. So FOCO needs to figure out how to crack that one, but I'm so proud of them, and I absolutely love that heritage as my junior roller derby career. I then moved and joined Angel City when I moved out to California for school, and then right after COVID really found the MRDA and found a space where I could play as a physical athlete and turn my brain off and not think as strategically as we have to in the WFTDA sometimes. And also, I have never found more lovely and amazing humans than with some of the dudes and people out on this track. And so I love that I now get to say I have JRDA, MRDA, and WFTDA experience, and I get to see all the best sides of roller derby.
Nice. You need to be the advert for all those sports, because sometimes some leagues, organization get a bad rap, and we know that there is amazing, lovely humans across all 3 avenues.
Yeah.
So as a seasoned veteran skater from all aspects, what advice would you give a junior skater coming up in the ranks? Because we saw last night the future of derby right here.
I'm going to really quick say it's not the future of roller derby. Okay. They're right here.
Well, they're true, right. They're a future of adult roller derby.
Yeah, they're a future of adult roller derby, but they walk onto tracks with the skill and the expertise and the knowledge and the experience. They often get rocked a little bit in the physicality. I know I certainly did. And also in the dynamics, in the fact that now you have to think and play and act as an adult, and that's now as much of a part of the sport as the physical.
Yep.
I do think that there are a lot of leagues that have gotten a lot better in the last handful of years at seeing that juniors are so special and they can add so much to your team, but you cannot treat them the same right out of the gate. Like,
Yes.
they need a little bit of support. And I think as a junior, finding the people to ask for that, I had the people who right away took me under their wing.
Yeah.
I started my adult career actually playing in Cheyenne, with Cheyenne Roller Derby, and I was playing with some of the moms of the skaters that I played with on my junior team. And
Yes.
so they helped me figure out how to adjust and how to think differently, and just really how to take your physical skill and realize how to adapt. Juniors
Yes.
play a slightly different style, and as a junior coming out, you really have to think about, how do I take the best of what I have, but adapt it into a team that has so many different types of bodies.
Yes.
A lot of people tell me now that, like, you can see a junior derby skater. You can watch them play for 3 minutes and identify who started as a junior, because we were molded as athletes when we were still moldable. And adult roller derby is exceptional at taking every single body type and figuring out how all of them can be successful and
Exactly.
lovely. But juniors come in and take a little bit of time to adjust to the idea that everyone doesn't mimic or think the same way or play the same way as them. And so
Yes.
as a middle ground of juniors, be ready to try something different. Be ready to have the things that you do not always work. Be ready to learn new skills, even though you're already an exceptional athlete. And adult leagues need to be ready to help coach and mentor them to be people and athletes. I learned so much as an adult coming into an adult roller derby league and who I was going to be as a person.
Yeah.
My coach taught me to parallel park, because I didn't know how to parallel park when I got to practice. And it was terrifying. I missed practices because I was sitting there in my car. So there are things that you have to offer them as a little bit more support, because their skills are there, but they are people who are growing into adults at the same time.
Yeah, that's such a great point. I can jump the apex with my eyes closed, but I don't know how to parallel park. So it is.
Clear, I've never known how to jump the apex. I tried it yesterday. Didn't work, but that's okay. But
That's
yeah,
okay.
it's
nice.
a balance from both teams. It's a
Yeah.
balance from both sides. Juniors have to come in ready for things to be different, and adults need to be ready to embrace people who think and have different levels of life experience.
Yeah,
as well.
for sure. For sure. You might have the physical skills, but you do have to emotionally be ready and also be moldable on the emotional side of it.
Yes.
I love all of that. Death for president. Final question. If you punch your ticket to champs, who are you looking forward most to playing in Salem, Oregon?
Selfishly, me speaking as just me,
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to play Toulouse's women's team as my first game at WFTDA Champs with Angel City last season. So I would love...
Sticker!
This is a trend that I actually brought into the Aftershocks of a part of our bench culture is I take some words from juniors and we give stickers on the bench when you do a great job, so your teammates can reward you stickers.
That's amazing.
Just to say some of our athletes might be a little extrinsically motivated, but that's okay. I selfishly would love to play Toulouse's team. But I think as the whole, as an Aftershocks, I think we would love to get to play any of the European teams, just to get to try a very different style of roller derby. We play a lot of the same people. It's a lot of really amazing athletes, but to get to test your skills against something so different, I think would be a lovely opportunity. And sometimes it's fun to hit different people.
Yeah, oh, for sure. That is, for me, what I'm most excited about Champs is, last year getting to see a lot of the UK teams. Now we're seeing there's 3 French teams that are playing, and that's going to be a whole different experience because they kind of keep themselves guarded, and we know they're awesome, but we don't know what they're going to bring. I mean, we know they're going to bring
you can't see them as much. We felt that way with Toulouse on the women's side, the WFTDA side as well. They were very different. They play very differently. It's a different style of roller derby, and it's so exciting as an athlete to get to push yourself in that way and see how you do and stack up. And so if the Aftershocks make it, we will be thrilled to get the opportunity to see who we play and just continue to. This was a rebuilding season for us, so anything at this point forward is really exciting to get to have the opportunity to do.
It's the gravy on the mashed potatoes or the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Well, it's been exciting watching you all play this weekend. Can't wait for the last game. You're going to do awesome. Fingers crossed for everybody involved. We appreciate you coming and chatting with us, Des. Good luck. Get ready.
I'm going to go take my skates off for about 40 minutes, chug a Gatorade, and be back on the track.
Awesome. I'm Pinky Donchadero. I have with me Monarch, and we've got Death. Next game is going to be happening here in under 6.5 minutes. Toronto Mixed Roller Derby taking on Puget Sound. Again, a matchup from our first game. This was they played also first. So let's see what shakes out. Tune in. We'll see you soon. Bye.